Samara just started off, just talk about the exciting game, how it come down to the back-to-back buzzer beaters, and just what was your mindset going through that final frame when she took that shot?
I mean, I don't know if everybody knows, but we practice half-court shots before every game, and so I mean, it was only a matter of time. But like when it came down to it, I mean, I knew it was going in as soon as they left her hand, and so I was just running to the basket because I knew it was going in. But I'm happy for her. I'm happy she could lead us to something like that. Most teams would like get down when a team makes a game tying 3-pointer and wouldn't come down and do anything like that. Probably take it in overtime. So I'm glad we had like the confidence, and she had the confidence to go down and hit a shot like that.
And talk about mentally, they hit 7 threes in that final quarter, just how hard it was to really stay in the game and keep your head up, knowing that every time you got a lead, they would come right back and tie it up.
I mean, well, we knew that they were a good three-point shooting team. So, it was just about how many we can contain them to having. We have been working on those 3-point shots, but sometimes people are just they find their spots, their teammates find them, and just unlucky. But I'm glad that we could get a win despite their good shooting in the fourth quarter.
Final thing for me, there was a key point in the third quarter. There's like 7 minutes left. You'd hit back-to-back threes, and you come down, instead of hitting another three or taking an attempt to try to get the crowd into the game, you chose to just drive it up and lay it in and get the point. So just a mindset of what was going through your mind of, all right, I want to get the points instead of just shooting a shot to get the crowd really into the game.
Well, at that point, I mean, I came down and hit 2 back-to-back 3-pointers, so I knew that they were probably going to take that away from me. And Erynn was going to set a screen for me, but I kind of rejected the screen and went the other way. So just knowing what the defense is giving me and taking what they give me.
Sam, you sort of took over in that second half there. Could you talk about what the talk was at half and sort of your mentality?
Nabes had a firm talk with us, a stern one at that. Then everybody left the room, and we kind of, as a team, talked amongst ourselves, just basically pointed out what we needed to do, what we needed to stop. We didn't stick to our game plan in the first half, and I feel like that's why we let them stay in the game so much. They could have been up on us a lot more, but thankfully they weren't. In the second half, we just came out and we just stuck to what our game plan was. I mean, they capitalized in some aspects, but I mean, not enough. So.
After Chrissy hit that 3 in the second quarter, it looked like you guys had captured the momentum, but you guys went scoreless for a little while, and Vanderbilt sort of stayed in it. Could you talk about the way that second quarter played out?
I recall the shot you're talking about. I drove the ball and I seen Chrissy open in the corner. I just know that I have to find my open shooters. Like if I don't have it right off the bounce, and I know where they are, we practice it every day. So I knew Chrissy would be in the corner. And when she hit the 3, I think all of us were excited. So it took off from there.
And then in that third quarter, Erynn, you guys sort of went to a paint first approach, and you were a big part of that. Could you talk about your performance?
Yes, I think my teammates believe in me, the coaches. They want to give me the ball. It's not a lot of like teams you could play for who your guards know what you could do. So them getting me the ball, and I'm just doing what I do. And if I don't have it, I find them again, and they make their threes and do what they do. So it's cool to see all of us playing as a team.
Samara, you talked about how Coach Neighbors talked to the team pretty sternly at halftime, but for you personally, you had a big turnaround from the first half to the second half. Just what was different for you?
My shots were falling. Sometimes shots aren't falling. I went to Coach Todd and asked him how my shots were looking. He said they were good, but sometimes they just don't go in. So just focusing, making sure that those shots went in, and I think that was the biggest turnaround, me making my shots.
Makayla, how are you feeling?
Good.
Can you just describe?
Yeah.
Can you describe the half court shots? Samara said you guys practice those.
Yeah, we do. We practice them before every game. We be practicing them, and I would never. I thought about it today. I did, but like in a game, I'll be like, nah. And I shot one. I think was it half? No, was it the third quarter or something? I shot another one before this, but I was not expecting it to go on. But I was like, what's the worst that can happen? We go to overtime.
Did you want the ball after they banked in that 3? Did you want to get the inbound and take it?
Well, I don't know. Did you throw it in? Well, I didn't have a choice. So I didn't even think about it. I was like, worst thing that can happen is we go into overtime. So
how tough was it to just fight through? Vanderbilt hit 7 of 7 threes in the fourth quarter. How tough was it to just fight through that and stay just locked in?
I think just encouraging, because like, of course, when you get scored on and it's in that moment, you're like, well, it's all my fault. But just encouraging those teammates and just sticking together, because we could have easily played the blame game, but every time somebody scored, it was just next play, next play. Like we could fix that tomorrow on film.
Is this your first buzzer beater as a race
Yes, ever in my life.
And then just how important were free? It seems like y'all hit a lot of timely free throws. How important was that in a game like this where it's pretty close throughout?
I think we were missing throughout the game, like going one for two. So it was important that, well, I didn't, but Mac 1 for 2 twice. But we hit them when we needed to hit
Yes.
them, so that's all that matters.
I got a follow up. Just in this type of game, we're going down to the stretch, SEC play, going into tournament. How can you really look at this game that can really help you on down the road when you're coming into tight games, where especially tournament time, where these instances happen and people are hitting threes when they normally don't?
Okay. I honestly think it's like a confidence booster for all of us. I don't think I'm gonna hit a half court shot again, but I think I will have a little bit more confidence if the ball is in my hands now with time running down. And I think the teammates that already had that confidence are just gonna build on that.